Did you interact with any anti-GamerGate people?
I certainly tried.
Didn't have much luck?
No. No, and recent run-ins in sort of lead up to this interview, I've been shocked at how their viewpoints haven't moderated at all, or that they don't seem to have thought about what happened or their positions. They're still trotting out exactly the same arguments, whereas I feel personally that I've mellowed a bit, become more nuanced, and I think my arguments are better and stronger and improved now. But from everything I've seen, even relatively recently from anti-GamerGate people, it's the same stuff that we debunked nearly 10 years ago. There's been no real progress, and certainly nobody who fell out with me over it has apologized or anything. Yeah, I was always open. I always said I was open to discussion more than debate. Debates became very combative and so on. And I've been involved in similar bun fights around tabletop gaming and so on. And it's only very recently I actually got a concession from someone, and they had a quite productive discussion with me. Nothing to do with GamerGate, but a lot of very similar issues are still circulating in the tabletop territory. But we managed to have a very civilized discussion. But I don't see that happening even now with any of the anti-GamerGate people, and that makes me sad.
So are you not friends with anyone on the other side?
No, not really. For me, it was kind of it was a very difficult time, but you find out who your real friends are in these things. I felt very, very betrayed because my friendship group included people who I had fought side by side with against the Satanic Panic, against the Vampire Panic, against various controls and censorship that's gone on in the tabletop industry in the past. And suddenly they weren't on the same side, even though I saw this as the same fight. Suddenly they were uncritically believing what they were being told by games journalists and mainstream media, sort of riding the wave. And despite quite long friendships and associations in some cases, they were just being completely dismissive of me. So that was very difficult. And frankly, I didn't really want to be around people who wouldn't listen to me and who had suddenly seemed to have changed. Yeah, I felt very personally betrayed by that.
Well, if you still want to have conversations with people who disagree with you, on my Discord, there are many of them. I can get you in touch with some others.
Well, I tried with one of them, but it became very rapidly obvious that they weren't arguing in good faith. So,
well, some people, I'm kind of curious to ask who, but I shouldn't do that because I'm going to be putting them on blast in the book as being quote unquote bad faith in the book, and I obviously I can't do that to somebody who's on my server. So unless there's like a specific reason like why you think it's relevant, but then they have to come on and like have a right to defend themselves too. So like it's a whole.
Yeah.
But I'll ask them off air. But there's obviously some people who are good faith and some people who aren't, and like I don't know if there's anybody in the server who specifically I think is bad faith that I've seen.
See, I almost never used to block or mute or whatever anybody because I always wanted to hold out hope that I could perhaps have the discussion at some point, or I could get through to them, or I could make them concede. At some point, I always used to think that maybe, just maybe, if I could hit on the right magical combination of words, I could get someone to understand my point of view. A large part of why I started up my YouTube channel again was because I was sick of being misunderstood, and I thought body language, vocal nuance, things like that would all help. Not as much as I would have liked, but some.
Hi, I'm Tachyon Blue. Thank you for watching another one of my GamerGate book video segments. Altogether, I've interviewed over 70 people involved with GamerGate, and I'm going to be launching a Kickstarter campaign in the coming weeks. So please, I need your support to help make this project a reality. I'm turning these 70 plus interviews into a multi-volume series of books, the first volume of which is already completed. And so I'd like you to please stay tuned for more information about the Kickstarter. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and comment. More updates will be coming in the near future. Thank you, and take care.